My name is Tyler Johnson, and this is my TED Talk assignment for class Eng 4A03. What I'm going to be talking to you today about is decisions and the impact that they can have on our society. Decision-making is defined as the cognitive process that takes place when selecting a specific course of action among several alternatives. We as North Americans live in a democracy, so we are allowed to make decisions that affect our lives on a day-to-day basis. Whether it is what we want to wear, what we want to eat, or how we want to look, or some other decision, the opportunity is always there. The thing about decision-making is that it is pretty much impossible to see what the future holds, so decisions you make can carry unintended consequences. The effects of these unintended consequences can be minuscule and go unnoticed, they can be large and disastrous, or they could have some in-between effect. As engineers, or even as human beings, it is our responsibility to society to take care of our decision-making and the long-term effects that they can have on society in order to allow for a sustainable future for coming generations. The world is literally in your hands. Throughout history, there have been plenty of occurrences of people who have developed new technologies with possible good intentions, but negative byproducts were produced instead. In 1858, when Jean-Jacques Lenoir invented the internal combustion engine, his intention was probably just to develop a more efficient engine than the steam-powered engines that were currently being used. He likely didn't realize that his invention would end up being one of the largest contributors of CO2 gas emissions on the planet, which is a great contributor to global warming. In 1939, when Albert Einstein decided to write Franklin D. Roosevelt to warn him of the effects of a chain reaction caused by splitting a uranium atom could have on the world, he likely didn't expect that it would lead to hundreds of thousands of people being killed in Japan, most of which were civilians. In the letter, he says that it is his duty to inform the former president, which makes me believe that he was trying to look out for the good of mankind, not the destruction of it. Both of these two figures mentioned were honored and considered to be geniuses, yet due to the lack of proper analysis of the long-term effects of their decision-making with these matters led to two of the most critical occurrences in the past 100 years: global warming and the birth and use of nuclear weapons. Now global leaders are coming together to attempt to bring the amount of greenhouse gas emissions down to help preserve our planet and limit the use of uranium and plutonium strictly for energy purposes. But what if it's too late? You could be the next genius to develop a useful technology that is greatly needed by the world. However, unlike Albert Einstein and Jean-Jacques Lenoir, you could also take the time to thoroughly analyze the long-term effects of your decision-making when developing these technologies to reduce or even eliminate any negative consequences that can come from it. Embrace your responsibility, plan for the future, and make good decisions. And my name is Tyler Johnson. I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch my TED Talk on the decisions we make and the impact they can have on society. Thank you and goodbye.